Talking of the Aggies, we've got Andrew Hattersley in the line from Gig'em 247 Sports. Check out Andrew and the rest of the staff there at Gig'em 247. Texas A&M going to camp here in the next few weeks. Staying in the recruiting side of things, what is your early returns on 24, which, we're a long ways away, of course, from December. There's only 4 hard commits, but in regards to what offers are out there, what are the big storylines and narratives right now?
Yeah, so I think obviously coming off of the last cycle, I think they kind of hit some bumps in the roads at times. They had a rough summer. They were able to close strong with a couple flips. Micah Tees, Jaden Platt, Raymond Cottrell, Marcel Reed. They were really able to do a lot of their work late in the cycle. And then once January came around, they really turned their focus towards 2024 and hitting the ground running there. They've obviously got 4 commits. They've got AJ Maddox, they've got Ashton Funk, Dylan Evans, and DeBron Gatling, and all 4 were in town during the junior days. They, I think, are off to a good start. I think one of the biggest priorities for them in this cycle is offensive line, specifically offensive tackle. I think they need to kind of reload that room, and they've got a lot of targets there that they were able to get on campus in January. Obviously, Ashton Funk is a guy that many believe will be a highly rated tackle by the time he arrives at A&M this time next year. They brought in Bennett Warren. They brought in Arai Williams, who is the cousin of now A&M freshman Ruben Owens. So there's certainly some family ties there. I think that could end up being an in-state battle between Texas and Texas A&M. Bennett Warren is another one. Blake Ivy's another highly rated offensive lineman. And, Kobe Branham's a guy that they see more on the interior, but I think they've targeted a lot of guys. They've given themselves a lot of options to potentially maybe get three guys in this cycle. And then linebackers, the other pivotal one that they really have to sign. Obviously, they have to have a strong cycle. I think they're gaining ground and getting some traction with LSU linebacker commit Xavier Atkins. I talked to him over the weekend out at a 7-on-7 tournament. He just moved to Humble Summer Creek, and he talked about, when he went over to A&M for a junior day experience, that they really made him feel welcome. It was Jimbo Fisher was there, DJ Durkin was there, Alec Garwig, David Bowen. They just had the whole recruiting staff kind of in sync and making him feel like priority. And he said, listen, A&M is going to be a factor all the way until signing day. And so I think that's certainly encouraging. They're battling it out for Peyton Pierce and Anthony Smith are a couple other big targets along at the linebacker spot. I think they really have to, because that was one when they lost Anthony Hill last cycle, filled it in with Torian York and Chance Johnson. I'm a big fan of Torian York. I think he was really productive, but those are guys that you're going to have to develop for a couple of years. And it's 2 straight cycles that they've missed out on a 5-star linebacker that they had committed. So I think this is a really important cycle for them to be able to land a couple difference makers at that spot. Obviously, I think Damian Zanford is another guy from the 2023 cycle I think could end up being good. But linebacker and offense, I think, are 2 of the biggest ones. And then when you look at receiver, they're in on 2 of the top receivers in the country, and Micah Hudson and Ryan Wingo. Obviously got DeBron Gatling committed already. Draylon Miller is one of the top receivers in the country that they're in the mix for, so that are in the mix for a lot of guys. And they were in the mix for a lot last year as well. And now it's just a matter of, can they kind of get that momentum? Can they get that traction? And can they start to close out some of these recruitments heading into the summer?